Cancer, this is your reading for March. I do apologize for being away for a little while. I was doing some energy work, but now I'm back, and I'm going to do your reading for March. So we're in the new moon here in Virgo that acquired last evening and the night before with not 24-hour span. And so now we're going into a new phase, planetary shifts, things like that. And we are in Aquarius currently, so yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right to it. The water signs of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So we'll do Cancer now. And I know they might be a little bit long, guys, but if you just hang in there to the end, there's like some extra cards I'm pulling, and it's kind of fun. So you might find something of worth there, and might resonate with you. And again, they are general readings, so yeah, you know, if it's something that doesn't feel right for you, then maybe this wasn't for you. And check your sun, moon, rising. Okay. And if those of you don't know how to do your chart, your birth chart, just hit me up, messages below, and I can send you a link to a really cool little website that you put all your information in, and it gives you like a nice little, you know, not completely detailed, but an overall, like it tells you what planets you were born under and just things like that. It's really neat. And you don't pay anything for it, so. Okay, so let's get, I don't know why they're not coming out. They're just, there we go. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, and 2 more, please. For Cancer for March. Come on, 2 more cards, please. Like, what do? You just shuffle away, you know, what are you supposed to say? Okay, so the 2 cards that pulled. Okay, so we have the overall energy of this reading for Cancer is the Ace of Swords in reverse, which means that a lot of you are really concentrating on, you know, your wealth, financial, your mentality, you know, you're all in your head right now, and I feel like that's the general collective anyway, you know, with what's happening around us. Excuse me. But generally, when you have an ace, it's an abundance of something in the upright position, whether that's mental clarity or whether that's confusion if it's in the reverse. We also have in the first position here, we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse, the 3 of Wands in the reverse, the Justice card in the reverse for your overall wants and desires. And then our present current energy is our 3 of Cups, the Fool card, and the 5 of Wands. And then in the universal place, we have the 7 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Page of Wands. So opposite to each other is the Page of Wands and the 7 of Wands in reverse. Now, when I see this happen, I generally feel like there's something that's taking place. The storyline here is saying that, you know, you're doing hard work and you're looking for some kind of confirmation of achievement, or you know, a communication of some sorts to come through. I do see currently there's a union, a sort of a celebration going to be taking place, or is happening already. A lot of you are feeling carefree in this moment, but just watch your step. You know, you don't want to walk over the edge like the Fool card. Just kind of, you know, just taking what's around you, and we can go in deeper in these in a minute. And then we have the 5 of Wands here in the current position as well, which talks about some conflict and resolution, you know, some pull and push here, some sort of, you know, fire there where it's sort of a little bit of, I don't want to say miscommunication, but there's definitely some conflict happening, okay? And then the future is the 7 of Cups, which is like lots of choices coming in, lots of emotion coming in. You might have a lot of suitors coming your way, or, you know, that sort of thing. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which talks about you know, having that sort of stern female authoritative influence to keep you on track financially is sort of not there, and maybe, you know, you're looking for that. And then you have the Page of Wands there as well, which definitely talks about communication and, you know, sort of moving forward with things. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading now, and use my notes as reference, just because I haven't done it for a while and I want to make sure that the reading is intuitive as well as based off the book of what the cards mean. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it. So we have the Seven of Wands, and that talks about, let's just get myself organized here. Okay. So the Seven of Wands in the reverse talks about finding, folding on your beliefs. Some of you, I feel like, might be giving up on something, and you're looking for, the kind of, I feel like there's, with the Justice card in the reverse, I feel like there might be some legal thing happening where it's just not maybe going your way, or, you're feeling kind of defeated in some sort of a way, but you're very aware of this feeling, and you're very aware of the truth of the matter, and I think you're just trying to get past that, with the Three of Wands there in the reverse as well. Yeah, loss of control comes to mind as well, like you've lost sort of control of the situation. Three of Wands is they're talking about, like, maybe returning home, moving abroad, just travel there. Okay, so maybe there's part of you that wants to have some freedom and success where you can, maybe travel. Maybe that's coming from where you feel defeated, where you can't travel currently. So I feel like a lot of you out there maybe just want to get on the road and go see family and friends and things like that, which, the rest of us do as well. So that's no news. But generally, when you see these cards together, like, it's about choices that you made that you're unhappy with, generally. And I just think that that's something that maybe your wants and desires deep down on your subconscious level are something that you want to get past and maybe make the right choices moving forward, right? because like, I feel like you've made some poor choices and you really should have taken the high road, and whatever that means to you, just take it for what it is, just go with it. I feel like it's for somebody out there who's watching or tuning in. The Justice card there is in the reverse, and that talks about, if I get to my notes, Justice, that's Judgment. Anyways, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it from the top of my head here. So again, some injustice has taken place. There's some karmic retribution maybe going on. Let's see if I can find it. Lack of accountability is another thing that comes to mind, like somebody who maybe made the poor choice, and you're not being accountable for that poor choice, all right? And therefore, you're sort of in that position where, maybe mentally you just want to clear, because of the Page of Wands being here and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. It does talk about, you're in your head about this a lot, right? Some dishonesty going on. You feel like there's, like you're avoiding the karmic repercussions of your actions, maybe. So for some of you out there, Cancers, I feel like that's something that you really want, karmic justice with. Maybe it's something that you personally are going through, or you've had it happen to you, okay? And you're looking for that justice, that, that legal dispute, that situation that comes out on top. But there have been poor choices made, and maybe that's based on something legal that took place that you're not happy with as well. That's another storyline coming through. So then we have the Three of Cups there, and that talks about, getting together with friends and being happy and, sort of raising your cup together. You all are there celebrating and, kind of just sort of getting together with loved ones and doing your thing, right? And in the upright position, it talks about sort of like, again, celebrations and socializing and gathering and, you know, like maybe even an engagement party or a wedding you might be attending, you know, just basic happy times. I feel like you're in a good place that way. So socially and family, you're good. With the Fool card there right beside it, though, I want to touch that, you know, you are feeling like, I wouldn't say completely careless. I feel like there's like a pep in your step, and you're just sort of walking around with your head in the clouds a lot of the times right recently, you know, which isn't a bad thing, because every now and then we do need a break from the reality that we're in, and sort of just look at what it is that we want to do and get focused, right? So I feel like maybe the focus is not completely there as well. And that has a lot partial to do with with the fact that, you know, you're feeling a little adventurous, right? And you want to travel again, side by side. Um, Yeah, again, lack of commitment. Although it's sort of like new beginnings for you, with this social place in your life and family and friends. You know, you're really happy and you're going in the right direction. But again, like I said, there's that lack of focus taking place, and maybe because, you know, you feel like, um, you know, you're being spontaneous and things like that, that might come at a cost. And I feel like maybe because you're not being focused on the things or people around you, of how your actions are being perceived, maybe, or maybe somebody close to you is giving you a hard time about it. Maybe, you know, they're up in your head, you know, constantly having these conversations with you that you're just conflicting with your feelings. So there's somebody around you that is kind of like the Debbie Downer, right? Like, you want to have fun and do this and do that and just be happy. And there's someone there saying, you know, but this is what you have to focus on, and this is the reality of the situation, and therefore, you know, maybe you shouldn't spend this money, and how about, you know, maybe pulling back from that sort of lifestyle just a little bit, or maybe you shouldn't do this, or maybe you shouldn't indulge. I mean, I don't know, right? But with the Five of Wands there, that's generally what that card means. And I'm just going to read from the notes on what it says here. So it does say conflict, fighting, struggle, arguments, again, disagreement, okay, a little bit of temperament issues there. Some could be somebody who's having some temper problems, and somebody who's very defensive as well. So I feel like you might be feeling defensive about this person who's coming in and kind of like telling you what's what, right, when it's none of their business, I feel like. And again, it could be someone in that family, friend, social gathering situation that, you know, you currently are going to or having fun with, right? It could also be your partner, although I don't really feel like it's your partner. This isn't a really romantic reading. I feel like this is just a general overall life thing for you, Cancer, right now, okay? um 1 second, I want to grab my, hang on. Okay, sorry about that there. I just dropped something. So, getting back to the reading here, I feel like the overall uh, energy, there's a lot of fire sign here. I'm just going to point that out to you. Um, so again, the reverse of the Ace of Swords, I'm just going to touch on that. So it talks about sort of being assertive, and you know, making plans, having lots of communication. Like I said, it's an intellectual situation where there's creative blocks. Maybe there's an inability to communicate something to somebody that you want to, or talk about things. Maybe because of that conflict card there, you know, you're feeling maybe a little bit intimidated by this person or by their belief systems or what they have to offer to the conversation. Maybe there's some hostility there as well. I feel like there's an inability to focus, like I mentioned earlier as well, for this whole entire reading. Like, there's something that's blocking you. It could be creatively, or, you know, intellectually, or even physically. Um, Especially with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Page of Wands. Seven of Cups. So these three universal cards here together talk about, you know, the inability to be active, some laziness, maybe some overeating, you know, indulgences, things like that. As well as like lots of options coming and lots of choices, and maybe too many choices, right? So the Page of Wands is there to remind us that, you know, we really have to figure out what it is that we want. And there's a lot of, like, again, a lot of fun and play there, because the Fool card's currently there with your in your current rate. So you have the Fool card with the Page of Wands, which demonstrates that, you're having a great time, you're being fun, frivolous. You've got lots of ideas coming in. You're fearless, feeling lots of charismaticness. Very extroverted, and the universe is telling you, though, be careful, because when you rush into things because you're getting excited about it, or you're in a really great place, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is going to remind you, like, you could become this person who forgets to check their balance, do their checks and balances, or maybe loses focus on the practical things or the important things, and maybe sort of doesn't have people's best interests at play, because they're really concentrating on themselves too much. So I feel like when I see the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, it talks about somebody who is self-centered, and a lot of the times selfish. This energy read here is just to remind you, like, you don't want to really assert yourself too much into this frivolous like behavior, because you can get caught up in it and forget what your responsibilities are, right? So that's what universe is reminding you. But you have a lot of options coming in as well, that may make you feel like this Ace of Swords blocked. You're at a crossroads. You don't know what decision to make. You're sort of lost in your head. Maybe you're forgetting how you want to feel or think about things, because it's really consuming you mentally. Let me just pull the Seven of Cups card up so we can take a look at the read. So it does talk about lots of options, choices, multiple opportunities coming in, and possibilities. So I feel like you're going to be really kind of confused, and maybe like in your head dreaming about different scenarios, and like wishful thinking, like using your imagination to figure out, like, was this the right choice for me? Like, if I do this, will this happen? If I do that, will this happen? Like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes when we're given lots of choices, it kind of can confuse you, So that's the overall energy of the situation going on here. So I do feel like there might have been some kind of legal like a divorce of some kind, or a legal partnership that kind of came apart, and you weren't happy with the decision that happened. But you know what, you feel free because you're having fun and just being in the moment and being with your friends and being sociable, because you no longer have to deal with that conflict that was going on. And again, with the new choices coming in, you just have to be mindful of that negative reading for the Queen of Pentacles there, because even the negative are some good qualities, but like, let me just pull it. I want to show you. So you can get, so again, the social card being above it, the Fool, and the Three of Cups right beside it as well, another social card. It does talk about, a social climber. So somebody who sort of wants to kind of get ahead of the curve and very ambitious. With all these choices coming in, you could turn into that person that maybe would make the poor choice based on a selfish feeling. Does that make sense? And for others of you out there too, like, you may feel like because of all these choices coming in, that things are getting out of control, like you're losing control over the place you are in life, or the situation that you're in, or the potential relationship that you're maybe starting with somebody else, or maybe you're just like overwhelmed with what's happening around you, because there's going to be a lot coming in, like rushing in, like lots of choices, like maybe a new job opportunity, could be a new relationship, could be a chance to travel, because that travel card is there, and you're just kind of like, well, if I do this, then this might happen. If I do that, then this might happen. If I date this person, then is this person going to be okay with it? That type of thinking. So you're going to be in your head about it. The Ace of Swords in the reverse, okay? And you're going to feel ungrounded. And also be careful, because I feel like there might be an option out there that this person could be very manipulative. And, even a sociopath. I feel like there could be somebody that you're potentially dating or currently thinking of that you have doubts about. You have to follow your instincts on that one, because yes, that person is dark, and potentially will cheat, is known to cheat. I don't know who this is for. There's somebody out there who is paying attention, then you know who it is, okay? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, then this coming through is not for you. This is for the other portion of my subscribers. And you know you and so and you know might turn into a situation where it's kind of a promiscuous relationship based on sex-based relationship, you know. So if you're looking for emotion and lots of options emotionally, they are coming in, but don't be tempted by that physical material type of selfish individual that is coming in or is currently with you in your life. And again, that could be somebody just in your family, you know, or near you or whatever that's making you feel uncomfortable about making these choices, okay? Because they might have some kind of power over you. I feel like for some, I getting another storyline too that, you know, for some of you that choices are coming in, you're going to be really excited about it, but you're going to be kind of fearful as to who to talk to, because I feel like there may be somebody in your corner that's very manipulative and jealous and kind of dark and like doesn't like to see you happy and wants to kind of control the narrative of your life. And I don't think that's really healthy, or, you know, I think it's kind of toxic actually. So the universal energy is here reminding you like that communication from that person is going to come in, and just be wary of it and don't let yourself get kind of out of control when it comes to your focus. And but you know what, enjoy your time, be happy, be the fool, go around, be careless, you know. You don't have to watch where you're stepping if you know if you're on your right path, right? You know, but be careful of that conflict that's happening. And again, I see that directly across the Queen of Pentacles, so it does tell me that it is someone close to you, okay? So let's look at the two cards that came out at the end of the reading. We have the Queen of Wands, which is your fire sign, and we have the Eight of Wands, which is in the reverse. All right, so so the Queen of Wands talks about somebody who's vivacious and strong, courageous, passionate, funny, independent, you know, somebody who's like sexually confident. Again, that promiscuity there, okay? That fire sign. Funny, independent, outgoing, but this person has lots of chaos around them, you know, and they're forgetful. Okay, but this is a female energy. A mother type. Maybe this is your mom that gives you the hard time. Maybe there's another one coming in for somebody of you out there. This is your mom telling you how to live your life, and you just gotta be like, look, like, dude, like, leave me be. Like, I'm gonna make my own choices. Unless they do have good advice or have had steered you in the right direction in the past, then by all means. But if you know that you have this conflict constantly with this person, and you know that this conversation is just not going to happen in a good way, then maybe universal energy, the outcome of this conversation is you know, this is reminding you of like, maybe not a good idea to kind of go in that direction. But she is a wonderful influence in you, and you know, and so I feel like, you know, there's a potential there for this person to be pushy. Okay, she can, this female presence, it could be male energy, but it's definitely feminine qualities, right? And you know, sometimes he can get angry and get burnt out quickly. So whoever this Ace of Wands is in your life, the Queen of Wands is in your life, you know, she's a lot to deal with and can be maybe overbearing. So just keep mind of that. The Eight of Wands there in the reverse talks about, let's see. Yeah, so lack of speed, movement, action. Again, that travel is there. That's the third time I've seen travel, so I feel like you are going to take a trip. Yeah, so this person coming in is going to sweep you off your feet. You're going to be quite infatuated. And I think that's where that kind of mental thing comes to play. You're not gonna know what to do with it. You're gonna get overwhelmed, all right? And your mom might step in, or that mother figure in your life might step in and say, you know what, maybe you should do this and do that. And at that point in time, you need to realize, is that the best advice for you? And you know, it wouldn't hurt to bounce it off one of your girlfriends or your guy friends or whoever it is that, you know, is like family. Because, you know, for all family, we all have our tribes. Doesn't have to be blood, right? So with that in mind, I'm going to wrap that up, and I'm going to pull a few cards from you, from some other decks that I have here, just for some advice and just some, you know, clarification, and just maybe some messages from the divine, maybe just, you know, something to help us figure out what it is on a subconscious level we need to be doing to better love ourselves, and with some affirmations, and maybe some spiritual guidance and some meaning, and maybe some messages will come through. So let's just quickly shuffle these cards up for Cancer, please, for the month of March, and see what there has to do. Okay, 2. It says, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So there you are. You're living in the moment right now. That's good. Okay, and it says, each time I choose to tune in to spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. So this is a reminder that sometimes you don't need to go to other people. You can find that intuition inside yourself, okay, and let the universe just guide you and take you on your way. So those are those cards, which are nice. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and pull some chakra and sacred geometry and see what comes out from the universe. Akashic Records, thank you. Wow, so it says dynamic, number 23. Oh, I need my glasses. Okay, here we go. It says the frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Isn't that really pretty? So I'm just trying to figure out what this is saying here. So dynamic energy has lots of moving parts, So I guess what it's saying is that, your path in life is probably very familiar to you. The things that come in your way, or obstacles, or options that happen, can be, feel new to you, but are also familiar. And I guess that's the essence of the frequency that you're on, right? You're on this type of frequency right now, which is awesome. And the 2 and the 3 combined is the number 5, which is this year's number, which is the number of communication, again with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, that's the communication part of it there. So that definitely says a lot about your frequency and how you're thinking things through, okay, when you're getting in your head about things. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards to get some abundance. These are really pretty. I'm so excited about these cards. I forget what the name of them are. Okay, for Cancer, please. Looking for some divine clarity and messages for Cancer. There's also a perception you have to be careful of as well, Cancer, that you are that your spending habits are selfish. Just keep that in mind. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's where that mother card comes in, especially if you have kids or whatever. Maybe they're constantly saying you're a bad mom and being kind of negative, right? Because you went out and got yourself a nice haircut or something, But it might not be something you do all the time, but it's perceived that you do. Do you know what I'm saying? But don't let that get in your head, is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's go ahead and please get a card out for Cancer. These do not want to come out for you. So I'm going to go ahead and pick another card. That's another deck. What do we got? Let's do your spirit animal. There we go. Right off the top of the deck. Oh, sometimes it's just the way it goes. Alright, so the dog. You're a very loyal friend. Okay, so today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are my inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am protector and a friend. So there you go. Okay, so you got to treat yourself how you treat your friends. Be loyal to yourself. Be happy. Okay, be good to yourself. That's what this little message is all about. So I'm really happy you joined me today. Sorry this video is a bit longer than usual, but I just, I read what I read and I can't help it. So I've tried to get them shorter, but maybe they are what they are. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy your new moon in Virgo, and until I see you, take care of you and be good, live, love, and light. Thanks.